Hey, how are you? How you doing? Dr. R here from Fort Myers, Florida. And I am ready to answer a new question to one of our followers. And I want to thank Rick for his email. He emailed me having some concerns regarding some spaces that he says that he has in his smile and, between his teeth, and that he just aesthetically doesn't like these spaces. And he wanted to know, how can these spaces be managed? Well, first and foremost, Rick, thank you very much for sending us your email with this question. And I want to let you know that the first thing that I want to let you know is that these spaces in dentistry are called diastemas. So we refer to them as diastemas. Now, obviously, the most common space or the most common anesthetic space in a patient's mouth is normally what we call the midline diastema, which is a space between both central incisors, or both of the teeth that are right in front of your face. And this space can be managed in multiple ways. The most important thing for you to understand is that for us as dentists to manage this space, we have to make sure that the space is not wider than 2 millimeters. When these spaces are wider or they're larger than 2 millimeters, then we just cannot restore them. We can restore them, but we cannot just restore them with either composite or ceramic veneer. We need to use an additional science within dentistry in order to approximate these teeth or move some of the teeth around them to make these spaces smaller. Because as you would imagine, if we have a very large space, let's say a 3 millimeter diastema or space in between or gap in between your teeth, and we have to add 1.5 millimeters of restorative material, either composite or ceramic, to close that space, you may end up having very wide front teeth, which obviously is going to make it even worse. It's going to make it even more unpleasant for you to smile. So keep that in mind. When you go to visit your dentist and you ask him about these spaces, if he tells you, hey, you know what, we need to combine this with moving some of these teeth by means of orthodontic movement and then restoring them, well, most likely the case is that your space is very wide, and that's where you're going to need multiple approaches, these two different approaches, in order for us to be able to restore them to aesthetic and function just like you would like them. So please keep that in mind. Just don't think that every single case is the same. If the space is small, yes, you can definitely just go ahead and close it with some composite or with some veneers, but that is not always the case, and it's always important to listen to what your dentist has to say. Please don't forget that if you want to email me any of your questions, Dr. R, here is my email, and make sure that you just send that email. You can add some photos to it if you want to. That will help me understand more of your question, and I will always be happy to answer them from here, beautiful Fort Myers, Florida. Thank you very much, and see you next time.